Well, thank you so much. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, so I really appreciate you opening up and accepting me in. I'm going to tell you all about my company, Proper Channel. Well, what in the world do we do? I like to say we make organizations smarter. Well, what in the world does that mean? By the way, you all now have your Post-it notes filled out. Smarter organizations are just like smarter people. They seem to go through their daily lives with less problems, less disruptions. They can do more with less. Most importantly, they keep on learning and always find better ways to be more efficient, faster, and more successful. What's keeping us from being smart? Well, the first thing, knowledge loss. Everyone in your organization, including yourselves, is eventually not going to be in your organization. It's time we stop denying that, and it's time we start planning for it. The other major issue is just inefficiency. I was thinking as I was driving in this morning, how can I explain inefficiency? Because we don't think we're all inefficient, because when we're inefficient, we feel real busy. We're nose down to the grinding, so we're working really hard. Well, that probably means that you don't have a good process, you're reinventing the wheel, and you're wasting a whole lot of time and energy. Perfect example, how many times have you answered the same question? Another great example is how many times has someone asked you a question and, well, I can't really tell you what I do, but I can probably figure it out or do it for you, or. Well, you see the inefficiency in the static. And here's the big issue is most of the time, for years, every single business guru for about 60 plus years has told you process, process, process. We've got Six Sigma, we've got Kaizen, we've got Denning's model of continuous process improvement. Why aren't we doing it? Well, a lot of times it's because we kick it over to one department, the MQA people, the quality people, the training people, or all that information is siloed into single departments or even into single people's brains. Susan knows how to do that. Not anymore. That's not any way to scale information. And so imagine for a second, we go back to that maze, and someone, instead of solving the problem at their desk, they have it big and visible, and everyone can see the path that they're working on. Remember when you were little kids, you go to the dentist's office, or you flip over in the activity book, and someone has ruined the maze by putting the line on it because it was too easy. Wouldn't it be wonderful if your work tasks were too easy? By the way, I want to point something out there. Tom isn't actually done with his maze. It's still helpful to all of us. Even if Tom took the wrong direction, now we have a whole group of people who can catch up easily with Tom, and now we're having groupthink solve the problem as teams, and now you get better solutions a whole lot faster. What we're talking about is scaling knowledge transfer. Right now, the vast majority of how we get how we get knowledge to transfer inside of our organizations is informal knowledge transfer. Hey Susan, how do I do travel reimbursement again? That's wildly inefficient. It doesn't scale. We need to cut it out. We've done tons of research, and we found the 3 barriers to scaling knowledge transfer. First, you got to write it down. You got to have it documented somewhere. Second, needs to be able to be searched for and found. The person who's looking for the information needs to know where that information is, even when you don't know who doesn't know that information and all those other fun things. Then finally, it needs to be useful. This is where most tools fail. They tell you how you're supposed to behave with information. They don't say, what do humans actually like? Let's see it in action. We talked about travel and reimbursement. You guys have never seen a Proper Channel guide in your lives. Where do you think you start? Someone shout out. Exactly, the big green button. All of you guys never seen this before. You've never done travel reimbursement before. You knew right where to start because it's approachable. It's simple. When it's approachable and it feels simple, you don't procrastinate. You get started right away. Plus, most people don't start at 0. They've already started the process, and now they're stuck on the 3rd step. Not only is it simple, not only can you jump in at any point, but you also see what's expected of you. So when your HR person says, no, you need to also do this, it doesn't feel like you're getting the runaround. Next, we need to give you training. So when you click on the shape, you get detailed instruction that can be rich media videos, that can be screenshots, that can just be a quick little piece of text. But then we go one step further. You can actually click and you go to the actual resources. So people are using the most up-to-date forms, the most up-to-date information. They're not using the form that they had in their email from 5 years ago that everyone keeps telling them to stop using. We tell you what to do, we give you training on how to do it, and we even link you to the resources. If I told all these people, very smart people, how to do it, gave you training on what to do. If I told you what to do, gave you the training on how to do it, and gave you resources, what couldn't you do? It'd be easy. It'd be child's play. And guess what? We've tested it with kids. This is Nikolai. He's 6 years old. He was making guides with less than 5 minutes of training. If he can do it, I promise you can do it. Not only do we help you with discovery, documenting, and distributing the information all at the same time, we also democratize it. That's that continuous process improvement. Now all that time that you took to solve the problem can be saved with the next person, and you've identified where the problems are. So instead of just following the maze, you actually get rid of the maze. No piece of software is going to do it if you don't actually use the software. That's what we're looking for right now. We need real businesses to do real implementations at a larger scale. We've done small pilot programs. Now we need to see the big numbers when they really commit to this. So that's exactly what we're looking for. To get into the businesses, we want consulting and sales partners, and we're always looking for smart, motivated people to help the team. I'm William McCluskey. I just hope I made you a little bit smarter this morning. Questions?